trust me now. I've searched my whole life through.
Hello again. We are going to be talking and hearing about an important and new service that is changing the legal system as we know it, and which could literally change your life. Since 2009, Access Justice has been providing quality and affordable legal services to more than 1.3 million Minnesotans. The person that you're going to be hearing from today has spoken widely throughout the United States and many countries throughout the world on legal issues and law-related topics. Just last month, the prestigious organization Charities Review Council recognized Access Justice as one of Minnesota's most trustworthy nonprofit organizations. I'm proud to be able to introduce to you today Jim Cohen, founder and executive director of a truly unique nonprofit public charity law firm called Access Justice. Thank you for being here today, Jim.
Thank you, Catherine. It's a pleasure to be with you. Thanks.
Well, I'd like to start out by mentioning some of your credentials, and I'm just going to name some of them because you have a long list of them. You were a guest speaker at the Martin Luther King Jr.'s commemorative march in 1983. You've been on the Larry King Show, as well as National Public Radio. You also have been nominated for U.S. Congress, and in 2008, you ran for U.S. Senate. With these type of credentials behind you, how is your law firm, Access Justice, different than other private law firms out there?
Thanks, Catherine. You know, my life has been fortunately dedicated to public service, and Access Justice is truly a dream for us to be able to develop a nonprofit organization that is both a charity and a public service corporation. We're working with ordinary, working class, low and moderate income people and providing access to the courts for them and to the legal system. This has never been done before because ordinarily the working class individual is not poor enough to get free legal aid, nor wealthy enough to provide, to get assistance for legal issues because of the high rates of private firms.
Wow, this sounds like a dream come true. I believe that most of us are going to agree that our legal system consistently works best for those clients with the greater financial resources. With regards to this, how is your law firm helping families, small businesses, and nonprofit organizations?
Well, as I mentioned, our services are really across the board, A to Z, every kind of issue, from housing to safety to sustenance to issues involving families in particular, and also issues of consumer credit, the typical issues that affect the average, ordinary, working class individual. That's how we're different in a fundamental way. We do both low bono and what we call pro bono. But our focus is on empowering individuals to access our legal system to promote and protect their rights.
That is absolutely wonderful. I can't even believe I'm hearing this. Some law firms, Jim, just specialize in one particular area like bankruptcy and divorce. What other types of legal services does your law firm offer?
Well, I think most importantly, as I mentioned a moment ago, we really do any kind of issue that will help the ordinary working class individual who needs some kind of legal assistance. We focus a great deal on mediation, settlement, conciliation, trying to avoid the terribly costly and time-consuming processes that our legal system typically embraces. So we do it A to Z. We do it in a way which we hope will be extremely efficient for the ordinary person who does not have a lot of resources to be able to dedicate to solving her or his problem.
Now, I know that that's very nice to hear as well. I know that one of the reasons you believe your law firm is so successful is because of your volunteers. How can one become involved in your organization, and is there a specialized area that you're in most need of?
I think the best way to say it is we We welcome volunteers, whether they are helping on fundraising or administrative tasks or paralegal, almost anything. We've been benefited by having literally tens of millions of dollars of volunteer service from generous people of the kind that are witnessing this showing today. And we have been blessed by the Lord to have that. We couldn't otherwise be able to deliver so broadly to the working, ordinary person across the country. And that's our mission, nationwide, to place access justice in communities all across America so every ordinary person can have access to our legal system.
That is really, really great to be hearing this. Let's talk about the average family of 4. Both spouses are making $3,000 each in the household. Now a child becomes sick, they have $750 going out in medical expenses. How would one be eligible for your services, and are there some guidelines that they need to follow?
Great question. And you know, probably the best way to look at this, Catherine, is we do have a guideline between about a 125% of the federal poverty guideline all the way up to 350%. Those guidelines are set out in our formula that's on our website, and also that is available anytime anyone calls our organization. But typically that family of 4 that you're describing, there would fit within roughly $26,000 all the way up to $86,000. So it covers a very broad area of the typical working class family who can access us at any time and at any hour, including weekends.
Boy, this is great, because I have family members who have spent thousands of dollars on legal fees, divorce, that sort of thing. So this is incredible what you're doing out there. Now, I know you're so dedicated and committed in making sure that unfairness is minimized in Minnesota, but eventually nationwide. What is your purpose and goal in all of this?
Well, first of all, we want to empower as many people as we can who have been forgotten. The average working class individual and family is to the tune of 1.3 million families here in Minnesota, and 135 million nationwide have no access to our legal system. We wish to empower them to have that access. We want to make sure that poverty and intergenerational poverty is avoided, and we can play a small role in doing that so that they can protect their rights. Our goal is to do that.
Well, I want to thank you again for all your wonderful and hard work. I know there's a lot of people out there that are in need of something like this. Remember, Access Justice, their commitment is to protect the rights of the poor, vulnerable, and disadvantaged, and ordinary, unrepresented, and underrepresented working class people and organizations, either for free or at significantly low rates. They happen to be located in downtown Minneapolis, but they're accessible statewide. For further information, give them a call, 612-879-8092, or you can go to their website, which is www.accessjustice.net. Again, I believe with faith, hope, and love, we can accomplish anything.